What is this? Another live goldfish sent to me again by a subscriber? This time from Choo Choo Goldfish? Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Right after my previous goldfish unboxing, we have yet another goldfish unboxing. This time we got a female Ranchu, again sent to me as a gift from my subscriber, Colossal Sword. So this guy, Colossal Sword, reached out to me. Ooh, I like this packaging. I really like this packaging. Where does this come from? I should get something like this, where it's almost like an insulated box in itself. Wow. But yeah, Colossal Sword reached out and said, I got a male Ranchu I want to send you, and I got a female Ranchu I want to send you. Wow, this is really cool. I don't know what kind of box this is. Thank you for supporting a small business. Oh, from Choo Choo Goldfish, yeah. Wow, I like this packaging. Sorry, Choo Choo, I might copy your packaging style because this is really cool. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Look at this female. Wow, the colors on this female are amazing. It's like a tiger. It's like a beautiful tiger. Wow. So this would be a decent breeding pair. This could be a really cool breeding pair. Wow. Water temperature feels pretty good. Looks like Choo Choo also uses methylene blue to ship. So we're going to drop this fish in here. And you know, our other goldfish we got is still over there. You guys see him over here? So he's still acclimating, still getting used to his new environment. But pretty soon, honestly, probably today, I'm going to do a water change on this tank. But yeah, this guy's looking good. And this female is beautiful. And now a word from our sponsor, Luke's Goldies. Go to lukesgoldies.com and get yourself a beautiful Mr. Cow plushie or a Jill plushie. These will make a great holiday gift if you have a fish lover you know and you're trying to get them a little Christmas gift. A Mr. Cow Calico Ranchu or a Jill Telescope plushie would make a great option. We also have a triple bundle pack that includes Little Dumpy. lukesgoldies.com. Okay, while our little Ranchu is finishing up their acclimation and our little male guy is just swimming around there, I do want to talk about my quarantine procedure. So I am going to have salt and methylene blue in the water for probably about a full week. I'm going to keep the methylene blue concentration at what it is for probably a full week, and then I'll wean off the methylene blue, but still kind of keep the salt around there. And then the very first thing I begin feeding them is actually going to be the protozoa killer. So this is a metronidazole medicated flake feed. I'm going to be doing this really to rid their internals of any single-celled, bacteria that's potentially, dangerous, but also really protozoa. This is really like the only medication you can really get out there that's going to attack the protozoa is the metronidazole. Now, the parasite killer, I will be doing multiple phases after. So this is a fenbendazole flake feed that is going to be removing more of those multicellular worms. So if they get worms on their body or in their, in their system at all, this is going to be helping kill off those and really just clean them. So I'm hoping that, both of these, along with the methylene blue, is just going to kind of wipe them clean, going to make them a brand new fish that's hopefully fully disease-free. This is a bit of an aggressive quarantine procedure, a bit of an aggressive, I'd say, cleansing, deworming, cleaning. But, it really, for what's at risk here, my whole stock, if I'm ever going to expose these guys to my other fish, I do want to take this very seriously in terms of getting them all cleaned up. Okay, guys, it's about that time. In a minute, I'm going to need a goldfish to come out of this bag. Wow. Wow, the land of make-believe. Wow, look at that fish in there, guys. It did a little bit of poop in there. Wow. Okay. I hope you're ready. Wow. Whoa. Look at this Ranchu. This is a powerful female. Wow. This is a powerful female. I like the longer body. These longer body Ranchu, they're just better swimmers. And I love the wen. This is really a female? Oh yeah, the butt looks female. That does look female. Wow. Okay, let's go dump out. We don't dump the source water into the quarantine tank because it's full of ammonia. Wow, so right after entering them in together, look at them, they're already swimming together. Look at them, they're already interacting. I can already see this relationship brewing, guys. I can already see this relationship brewing. They're gonna have babies one day. They're gonna have some babies one day. Just absolutely beautiful. I like the small tail. The small tail and long body. Now I will say there's like that miniature little imperfection in the curvature right there, but nothing that can't be bred out. Nothing that can't be bred out of these guys. Wow, okay, chill. And for those of you that missed the other video, this is our male. This is our male Ranchu. Look at the coloration on this guy. So I would be interested to see because they have different bases. Like the bases of the coloration of these guys are different. But I'm sure if we bred them, we would still get a pretty cool concoction as a result. But you can see this one has more of like a lighter orange base, while this one almost to a degree has like a blue base in some area. That's what they call it. Like you see that the base of the color there is kind of like blue-ish. So it's like a bit of a blue base and a little bit of an orange base as well. So different colorations, but they would have some pretty interesting looking offspring, that I will say. Okay guys, we now have both of our fish in here, and they really seem to be liking each other, swimming around each other. Now, the male is from Jimmy Goldfish, and the female is from Choo Choo Goldfish. So, you know, if there happens to be something that goes wrong, a disease breaks out, we won't know really the cause. We won't know who it came from. And honestly, we don't even know if it'll be from them or if it's potentially a parasite or whatever from my systems that maybe they're not used to. We don't know. But typically with new goldfish, there's always a risk of disease outbreak. So if there is disease outbreak, you know, more than likely it'll be from one of those two sources, probably not my own because all my goldfish are fine, but you never know. So, and we never will know because there's two fish now from different places in the same quarantine. But let's just hope nothing bad happens. Okay guys, let me know what I should name this male and female goldfish. And also let me know like what I should do for the 4 million subscriber mark that we are very, very close to hitting. I think at the time of making this video, we are like, I don't know, 500 subscribers away? Like 500 subscribers away from 4 million, which is absolutely insane. So let me know what I should even do. I got no ideas. I got no plans. It's been very busy and hectic, so I haven't had time to think of something. But let me know what the names for the male and female of these Calico Ranchus should be. Also, while we're down here, little jungle update. It's looking quite jungle-like. And look at, we got Bane over here. We got Bane right there. We got Bane's, you know, little orange friend over there. Little Torpedo was in here too. I can never find him. The little common goldfish. I named him Torpedo. Anyways, that's enough with that goldfish. You may have noticed that my beard is looking a little bit thinner, a little bit chopped. Am I chopped, guys? There's a reason for that, and that's because I've been doing more work on my garage, and I got a respirator. I finally got a respirator, but if you want to use a respirator, like well, you cannot have, look at this place. If you want to use a respirator, you really cannot have a long beard. So I had to trim the beard down simply to wear the respirator and have it be effective. But I removed all of the insulation from the ceiling of this place. And honestly, still a lot of cleanup to do. I think I want to kind of partially vault this side of it where these skylights are to kind of make this all one open side. But yeah, going to be renovating this to more of a usable, livable, you know, good space than what it is before. It was just mold-ridden area because there was virtually no airflow through the vents. They had no area for airflow through these vents on the side because they stuffed the insulation in there. They stuffed all the insulation in the corners where you're not supposed to, and they didn't heat the place, so that causes moisture damage because there's no ventilation and there's no heat. It just ends up becoming a little moisture pocket. Anyway, we are back here at the goldfish greenhouse. And honestly, I find myself in a little bit of a predicament here. What the heck is that? Currently, we're in winter mode, you know, low temperature mode. But I have a little bit of a problem, okay? So let me explain my little predicament here. Previously, I was using 2 diesel heaters and my wood stove to heat this place up. That was the main method in which I was heating this place up. It was working honestly pretty well for the most part until my diesel heaters started giving me some problems. One of them just started giving me an error code every time I tried to turn it on, and the other one in the configuration I had it would not be able to suck the fuel properly. So very many times I would wake up in the morning, I would have double heater failure, and at the same time my wood stove would have run out of heat. So I was getting very, very little heat generation. And my water temperature, which was like 68, 69, fell basically over the course of a couple weeks of all these failures and stuff, down to like 53. It fell down to 53 degrees for our little goldfish here. Now 53 degrees is fine. They'll be perfectly fine like this so long that I don't feed them. Some of them have begun hibernating a little bit. Other ones are still a little active. But they're perfectly fine at 53 degrees. In fact, I want the temperature to go down. I wanted the temperature to go down during the winter time, but I didn't want it to happen yet. The reason I did not want the temperature to go down yet is because I wanted to extend my grow season, allow for more growth before the winter slowed down. But because of all my heater failures, the water temperature went down, and now I cannot reverse that. Even though I have the heaters working again, and I got a backup propane heater, I actually have all of them off right now. The propane heater, off, not even running. The diesel heaters, off, not even running. I had the wood stove running this morning, but I shut it off, not even running. Now why? Why did I cut all my heat sources? Well, it started working too well. As soon as I got all my heat sources working again, we started to increase our water temperature way too fast, and we're at 60 degrees now. Keep in mind, this was 52 like 5 days ago. Now, if we were to keep on this trajectory, if we were to go from 52 to 60 to 65, let's say we went even 5 more degrees up, we may induce spawning. And I do want that, but not right now. I do not want them to start spawning now because that will affect my springtime spawning. I want to wait till we're out of the trough of winter, until we're out of the hard part of winter, before we get that spawning started, which at the earliest is late January. I'm going to be busy during the Christmas time. I always visit my grandma in Florida. I'm not going to be here for at least a week. And then on top of that, it's going to be the coldest then. So I don't want this random temporary spike back up to normalcy. And then they all start breeding. And then just to have a bunch of fry during the whole winter time when it's super, super cold. So I have to forcibly keep it cold now until the point at which I want things to ramp up. Because as soon as we ramp up, every female on the block is going to begin laying eggs. And I just don't want them to do that yet. I don't want them to expend that breeding season energy right now because I'm saving that for the true real breeding season where they can fully develop their eggs and breed for months from like January to May and just get a ton of spawns out. So I don't want to accidentally trigger that now because anytime you go from cold water to warm water, the females get laying. Now, I always wanted to go from cold water to warm water, but not yet. So we had a little mishap. We had heater failures. Now the heaters are working too well, and we had a warm day, so I shut off all heat. I shut off all heat basically until we are back at 55-degree water temperature. The heat is off. But in a sense, we're suffering from success. Before we were suffering from failure, but once you fail, you kind of have to keep at that point until you're ready to breed again. And now we have too much heat. We have too much heat. It's too soon to begin the breeding season because we still haven't hit the trough of winter time yet. But we do know that we got a wood stove, we got double diesel heaters that are working now, and we have the big Mr. Heater propane heater. When all of those are working at maximum, we can get this place hot. We can get this place hot, 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 and I'll likely not really have to do all that unless we have a severe cold snap. Yeah, that's basically what we're at right now, goldfish greenhouse-wise. Definitely, we have the heat, controlled for now. We'll see how it is come middle of the winter time when it's really, really cold. But the winter solstice is coming soon. The winter solstice is coming very soon, where we're going to have the lowest amount of sunlight for the entire year. And for greenhouses, the temperature in the greenhouse, yes, it matters on what the temperature is outside, but it matters even more. It matters even more what the sunlight exposure is. So even though in January it's going to be colder temperatures outside than in here, our sunlight exposure is going to be even greater. We're going to be having even more sunlight exposure in late January because we'll be out of the winter solstice, on our way up. So we may even get warmer water temperatures, and by late January, potentially, February time, maybe that's when we'll begin spawning. Who knows? And I know a lot of people have been messaging me, emailing me saying, Luke, when are you going to have goldfish for sale? Who is this goldfish breeder that never has goldfish for sale? Well, to be honest with you guys, over the last year, I have not been a goldfish breeder. I really haven't bred many goldfish. Over the last year, I have been a man building a goldfish breeding business. But while you're building the business, while you're building the apparatus for the business, you're not actually running the business. So I kind of took a break from actually breeding in order to build the systems to breed. So unfortunately, if I wanted to have goldfish available right now, 6 months ago, I would have to be breeding them. 6 months ago, I was standing 15 feet in the air throwing panels on the top of this thing. And now that we're coming to wintertime, I can't breed. I can't breed because of how cold it's about to get. But just trust me. Just trust the process, guys. Come springtime, it's going to be like the big baby boom of the 26. All right? We're going to have the biggest goldfish baby boom, hopefully ever, because we're going to have all these dormant females get all warmed up. And oh my goodness, I can't wait. There's going to be Ranchu babies flowing through my fingers. I'm going to even have to build more tanks, hopefully, because we're going to have a big boom at that time because all the females are going to be perfectly primed. Anyways, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the little greenhouse update, new goldfish update. There's actually a new thing on the iPhone where I can just tap a button, hold my phone normally, and it records it horizontally for long videos, which honestly makes it super convenient for vlogging. I said this once in a video, I said the new iPhone 17 is amazing for content creators. Everyone got mad, but legit, making vlogs has never been easier. This might sound weird, but just having to hold your phone in the weird sideways orientation like this every time you want to vlog makes it so much more annoying. But now that I can just hold it regularly, this thing is great. So